Is sex just the act of penetration, or is there more to it than that? I need you to ask your spouse, when they think of sex, do they think of just the act of penetration, or do they think of all the activities before and after? If you don't know me, hi, I'm Angela, the Christian Sexpert, and I talk about all things sex and intimacy in Christian marriage. Too many people think of sex as just the act of P&V, and that's not what it's meant to be. Sex is supposed to be the playground of marriage. Sex is supposed to be where you come to celebrate the intimacy that you have already created with your spouse before you ever got to the bedroom. And so I would have a conversation with your husband, and I would point out to him that sex between the two of you is supposed to be so much more than just P&V, and there needs to be a lot of activities that lead up to P&V. And P&V isn't even required every time. The majority of women need 20 to 40 minutes to be prepared for P&V. 20 to 40 minutes. And I'm going to assume good of your husband. I'm going to assume that he just isn't educated well enough in this area and that he needs someone to explain these things to him. I'm going to assume that he wants to please you in the bedroom. He just isn't sure how, because the pornography has given him a warped view of what sex is supposed to be between a loving husband and wife. And he is going to need to invest his own time and energy into unlearning those lessons that he learned and relearning the correct statistics. Like, most women need the time, 20 to 40 minutes. Most women need 14 to 20 minutes of direct beam stimulation in order to get there. And that it's more than just the act of penetration. So he needs to be figuring out what a healthy sex life looks like. And you can help him on that journey, but I hope you aren't spoon feeding it to him. And so some ways that you can go about this. He can get into therapy to examine why he was using pornography in the first place. No, you don't have to be a Christian to follow me, and you can be totally okay with using pornography for yourself. But the video you're watching was asked of a Christian creator, and using pornography is not a Christian activity. So don't be mad that I'm suggesting therapy to address why someone is using pornography, because it usually is a maladaptive coping mechanism. You can also look at something like My Marriage Playdate, which is a list of over 500 spicy activities that the two of you can engage in together. And the way that it works is you go through, you print 2 copies, you give everything a rating on a scale from, ooh, I don't really know if I want to do this, to I think this is delightful and I want to do it all the time. Let's go do it right now. And then you come together and you see where you line up. And now, like, you literally have in print a list of things that the two of you can do together that you can choose from and say, okay, today we're going to do this one and this one and this one. And now, like, he has a script to help him follow to bring you pleasure. And you can always consider private coaching with me or joining my Patreon, where I teach about spicy things and you guys can start having the conversations while you learn together what spicy activities you might enjoy. There's hope, friend. I'm confident that this can improve. Go have good sex.